When Superstorm Sandy ravaged New York and New Jersey, many expected the storm would be a wake-up call to the dangers of coastal living in the age of climate change. Some called for the city and region to rethink climate security in much the same way the area responded to 9/11 and the security threats it exposed.
The visible architecture of the city did change after September 11th. All kinds of new designs to prevent terrorists from getting in. We haven't done that kind of thing with the response to Sandy, not even close.
5 years after Sandy struck, the most ambitious ideas spurred by Sandy's impact are still in the design phase, with questions about whether they will ever be built. With the exception of a few projects, the message taken from Sandy has been rebuild, not rethink.
Most of New York City is just as vulnerable as it was before Sandy hit, and we haven't thought systematically about how to change the design of our structures and infrastructure so that we can get through the weather that's coming.
Few places in New York were hit harder than the Midland Beach area of Staten Island. Nearly every house was flooded. While a $600 million seawall is supposed to be completed by 2022 to help protect the area, the wall is still in the design stages, while new homes are rising next to abandoned ones.
This is a few days after the storm.
Juan Santiago survived the flood in the attic of his then one-story home. He chose to rebuild because he didn't have anywhere else to go, but now says he doesn't believe anyone should live in the neighborhood. It's just too close to the water.
People should not be living this close to the water. It's just too dangerous. There's just no guarantees that you're going to survive it, and the loss is just too great. No. I'm just waiting to move out.
One of the few places acting on the lessons of Sandy is the city of Hoboken. Sitting across the Hudson River from Manhattan, 80% of the city flooded during the storm, including the home of Mayor Don Zimmer. Hoboken has doggedly pursued federal funding for projects to better prepare itself for the next storm. This park on Hoboken's waterfront is designed to funnel away floodwater and is part of a larger project Zimmer hopes will make Hoboken an example of how climate security is done.
My hope for Hoboken is that this project gets done before the next Sandy hits, and then when we are hit again, we will be a demonstration to the nation that you can protect, and that you can protect and you can be resilient for the long term.
In a surprise move, Zimmer has decided against running for re-election and instead plans to focus her energy on helping cities become more climate resilient. Zimmer says her message is simple. It's not if the next Sandy hits your city, it's when. David Martin, The Associated Press.